Hello guys, this is the Wings Mobile Detailing Podcast and we're back with Arsaland Karimi and we're talking about... That's funny, I always introduce you and I cut you because you're about to start. Yeah, you can say something.
I go by Austin now.
Austin. Alright, today we're talking... Arsaland, by the way. Today we're talking about car detailing myths. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
No, it's myths.
Myths? Stay with the introduction.
Welcome to the Wings Mobile Detailing Business and Automotive Podcast, the only podcast that will guide you on how to start and grow six-figure companies. As our team expand from one business location to worldwide domination, you will get step-by-step insights from a millennial franchisor and franchise owner with your host, Andre Mezzalera.
Alright, let's cover what are the myths. A lot of people who's like watching, and if you guys are detailers out there and you're seeing YouTube videos, there are a lot of those comments underneath the videos. They're like, oh, you're not supposed to be washing the car with one bucket and one grit guard. Oh, you're not supposed to be using a pressure washer in your car. You can damage your paint.
You're supposed to foam the car 15 times before you wash it. Yeah.
Exactly. You're not supposed to foam your car 15 times.
You're supposed to vacuum first before you wipe down the hard surfaces, or you're supposed to do it the other way. Why?
Why? Yeah, like, is it all a myth? Is it just people being picky and grumpy? So let's cover it. What are the types of myths out there? First, starting with the two bucket method. I mean, let's be honest, man. It is better to use two bucket. It is even better to use three.
It's probably the best to use 10.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, it reduces the risk, but you don't necessarily need two buckets. For example, if you're washing a pretty clean car, where to the point that your thing isn't getting that dirty, then you can actually use one bucket when your mitt isn't getting that dirty.
Yeah.
If the car isn't that clean, when you dip the mitt into the bucket, that grit guard of that one bucket will do the job for you, because the dirt is heavier than water. It'll go down, and the next time you come to dip it in, it's not going to grab everything back up to put it back on the car.
So one sometimes is enough. We're not saying that two is not enough. Now we're going to get hate because you're saying that we're not supposed to use two.
For people who are going to hate on it, use 17. Up to you.
And you can use, if a car is dirty, it's good to use two. If you have a really fancy car, okay, go with two. You know, a nice car that you want to maintain, you're super crazy about it, it's a little bit dirty. Good. Use two.
Actually, if it's really dirty, use three. One for one. No joke. You can use one for wheels, because it can be really dirty, and then one for a really dirty car, and
Yeah, that part is specific is not a myth as far as using the same water. Obviously, using the same water from the wheels that you use and then on the car. Like, no, like that wheel, obviously, because it's so dirty, the wheels ain't gonna get back, and the water's gonna change colors. You'll see it's dirty. Now, some people are like, oh, but you cannot use the same bucket. I mean, if you're using one bucket to wash the car and then you drop the water off, and then or use the same water to clean the rims afterwards, fine. You know, like the water's not gonna be.
I think it all depends on the condition of the car. It doesn't have to be two bucket. Same with the having to foam the car beforehand. It just depends. If your car was washed just last week, I can just rinse it down really quickly with water, and then just wash it. I mean, is it safer to foam it once? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's also safer to use it to foam it 3 times. It's also safer to foam it 15 times. I mean,
stay there all night foaming the car. I want to be safe.
Exactly. So it just depends on the condition of your car. A lot of these myths are general rules that can fluctuate so much depending on the condition of the car. Mm-hmm. If your car is garage kept, it's completely different than you.
I think it's about seeing the obvious, dude. I mean, let's be honest. You know, like it's obvious that you don't want to use dirt water from the rims, and you don't want to like not rinse the car before you wash it. You know, you want to rinse the car before you wash to get the surface dirt off. Yeah,
exactly. And so, foaming the car, 2 bucket method. Or I see this a lot as well. Actually, since we're going exterior, I think we should go with yours first, because mine's going to be interior.
Yours interior? It's going to mess up my podcast now. I'm kidding. Waxing removes like swirl marks, scratches. That's a myth. It does not remove swirl marks. It does cover it up.
Oh yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, I think if you do like a little bit of research, you'll understand that. But actually, it's one of the probably the most common myth that to this day, I mean, we get clients asking, "Can I get a wax?" Sure, it's waxed up. Why aren't the swirls gone?
Yeah.
Well, it's because we protected the car. We didn't fix the paint.
It's our job, though. Let's
Right.
People don't understand. It's
I'm
our job to
exaggerating
tell.
just to make a point. Yeah,
Sure.
I don't. They're not just like wax. Okay, wax done.
Yeah. And it's our job to obviously educate the client. When sometimes they say, I want to get the scratches off and wax my car, and then we go about explaining to the clients, because we also, let's not be ignorant and expect everybody to know that,
everything,
like you detailers out there, you didn't know it before you learned.
Yeah.
Like for me, I washed my dad's car with steel wool, thinking because it brightens up the pins, and I thought it would do the same with the car. I actually did it. I was 6 years old or 7 years old. I don't know. It was amazing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was just as bright
the cleanest it's ever been.
Indeed, it was clean, man.
Not a speck of dirt inside.
It was clean, with the few scratches. And clay bars, for example, people say, "Oh, let's clay my car." That's also, that's small research. Clay doesn't remove scratches, doesn't do anything for the paint.
Yeah.
It might make it look better because there's no dirt on the surface. You decontaminate it. Yeah. But it's not going to scratch the paint. Oh, clay bars are going to scratch my paint. No. If you do it correctly, yes. If you do it wrong, just like everything else in detailing.
Also, people who clay the car too much, they think they have to clay the car every time they will put a wax or sealant on there, because does it help? Yeah, slightly. If you do it every 3 months versus every year, the wax will probably bond to the paint, to the clear coat a little bit better, but it's not necessary. You're running the risk of running a clay on top of your paint all the time, every 4 or 5 times a year. Why would you do that?
It's better not to, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Better to avoid it. Only do when you need. Am I really bald?
Dude, I think you're going bald. I can see a little bit of skull.
Dude, there's no hair on my pillow. I can guarantee you that.
You just might be thinning.
Dishwashing detergent for washing cars. That's a no-no, because it does.
Way too. It's not meant for your car.
It's not meant for a car. It's strong. There's that all pH balance thing. It can corrode the paint.
Yeah.
Corrode the whatever wax. It can get all the wax off from the paint. Not corrode the paint itself. The paint is stronger than that.
Yeah.
But ruin the protection from your car. It's better even sometimes not to wash the car.
It'll most likely wipe out any sealant, any wax that you have on there as well. It'll completely wipe out the protection. A lot of times, actually, the soaps that we use are safe for waxes and sealants, because waxes and sealants last long if you take care of them.
Yeah. Same with the wax, like the way we apply wax, for example. They say, I want to apply the wax. I want to buff wax on my car. I want to hand apply the wax.
Yeah.
I want to paste wax, hard paste wax, I'm sure detailers hear that a lot, but you applying the wax by hand or with a buffer, the buffer you're applying it faster. Like the buffer is literally your hand going faster on the car.
Yeah.
Obviously you have to use the buffer to polish the car because you're correcting them, but not necessarily the application.
There's another. Also layering up your waxes protects your car more and longer. Very not true. Completely untrue. Is that that if you put 1 layer of wax or if you put 10 layers of wax, 10 layers doesn't mean it's going to last 10 times as long. It might last a week, 2 weeks longer.
You are going to make it like more layers on top.
Yeah.
But if you're putting layers on top of the first layer, when the first layer is gone, pretty much then all the other layers are jeopardized.
It's not like the 7th layer will, once the bottom 6th layer, because the bottom 6th layer is gone, the 7th layer will come down and bond to the paint. It doesn't work that way.
Exactly. It may be better if you do it's better for you to, if you know every time you wash your car, put a layer of wax. Yeah. Like, man, your car is always going to be slick. It's always going to be protected. Yeah. Maybe with a little bit of thicker layer, because it's always going to be there. But it's just like you said, it's not like going to be 7 times.
Yeah. I've had clients in the past where they've asked to put wax on top of sealant, and it makes sense when they're doing it for a show. It can add more shine, it can add more depth to it, and it can be a thicker layer of protection. But at the same time, it does have its own downfalls too. Sometimes it doesn't bond well, the wax and the sealant, so that you might see haziness the next day or 2 or 3 days down the road. It's like sweating on the paint almost, because you put so much on there. So a lot of the things that you think you're doing for added protection, you might actually not. You're just wasting product, and it could actually look worse.
True. Yeah.
It's just the hard thing is you can't give a hard fact as advice, because it's different. It's different with every car. It's different with every client, depending on what they want. So it's not an exact science with foaming the car, with using the 2-bucket method. It all comes down to your case.
Yeah. Same with goes as like cloth, microfiber towels, for example. Oh, should you actually really use microfiber towel on your car compared to others? That is not really a myth. You should. Like, you should actually prefer microfiber, because if you look at the microfiber, they have microfibers.
Wow, where did you learn that from?
Yeah, no, dude, no shit. I've
a lot of
years of
research
studies and researchers. Yeah, it takes time when you're a pro. So again, about the fibers, you can see that it's better. You know, it's deeper compared to like flat end cloth. Same with, so that's not a myth. You know, it's better for you to use microfiber. Now, if you get a microfiber on dirty car and you start wiping the car off, you're gonna scratch your car. You know, like it's not that microfiber is gonna save from scratching. It's all about how there's dirt on it. You're gonna scrub the dirt on the car. You're gonna scratch it. You want to be careful. That's why you want to rinse your car before, wash it regularly with a mitt. Use the 10-bucket method, right? Yeah. We're set on that, right?
Yeah, 20 actually. I thought we agreed on.
And washing versus detailing, that's another thing. Oh, you know, is washing the same as detailing? I mean, you have to wash to detail your. A detail is a deep wash
you're
with
just
protection.
Doing a lot more. You're just doing a lot more. Yeah, you're doing it safer with probably better products, and you're doing it more detail.
I think I think that detailing comes when there's a protection on it, because washing the car, you're not detailing because you're not putting protection. You're like, the word wash is washing the car.
But it's also
cleaning
detailed as well. It's more detailed the way you go about it.
You clean more in detail.
Yeah.
I think that when you detail a car, you go detailed.
Oh. I'm firing you, son. What else? Oh, washing your car often helps reduce. The more you wash your car, like the more frequent it is, the less the risk.
That's a good one.
The less risk it is to scratch your car, because you keep getting the dirt off. That's not true. You keep putting. The more you put something on your car, whether it's your hands, anything, dirt, whatever it could be.
Even the chemicals from the soap itself.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, ideally, if you want a perfect paint, make it perfect. Never wash it. Never take it out.
Never get it dirty.
Yeah, never get it dirty. Yeah, so it's like the least you do to it, the better.
Yeah, exactly. Now there's a fine line there. If you're driving your car on the highway, you washed your car yesterday, and you drove your car on the highway, got some bugs on the front. You washed the car yesterday. You want to wash it again right afterwards. It's better, because what makes it reasonable for you to wash your car often is because most people drive their car often is there's dirt on the car. You don't want to let the dirt sit on the car for too long.
Especially bugs that you just touched on is when they splash on your paint, their stomachs and things like that splashes on your paint is acidic. It's not safe for you to sit on your clear coat. You can actually see even bird poop. I don't know what the correct terminology for it is. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible here. Okay,
that's not
bird feces.
Bird feces.
Bird feces. When that gets on your paint, you can. If you leave it on there for a long time, it leaves a mark in your clear coat. So you wash it off, and the nastiness is off, but you can see the bird poop's shape in your clear coat. So things like that, you have to actually wash your car for pretty often.
So the bird poop doesn't stain this. It's acidic, so it doesn't stain the paint itself.
Yep.
Washing the car in the sun and out of the sun, is that a myth? Also, no, that's not. You know, if you wash the car in the sun, if it's not too hot and you put soap in there, it doesn't dry, you're good. Yeah. That's it. But if the sun's really hot and you put soap in there, the soap dries in the car, not good.
Yeah, soap marks all over.
Yeah. Washing only when it's dirty. When over there, that's what I'm looking up here. Some that people have some questions on the myths, but we got it. I guess it was good. 13 minutes podcast, and you gotta get out of here.
First time, yeah. It's the first time, and I'm
the
cold.
first time is a record, man. We did a 13-minute podcast.
We're doing this during Corona, so me and Andre are sitting about
6 feet,
5.5 feet apart. I don't say.
Yeah, we're not inside the state guidelines.
Yeah.
You guys stay inside the state guidelines.
And take care of your hair, please, because the way you're going, by the time you're 29,
dude,
you're going to be bald.
It's not bald, man.
I think you need.
It gets bald, dude. I'm 25.
I heard if you break an egg and massage it into your like the egg yolk, massage it into your hair. That's not a myth. The more you do it, the better. The more you shampoo, the more you wash your body and get rid of all the oils every 3 minutes, the better.
Yeah, now I'm touching my hair like crazy. I'm going insane over.
But actually, this is a good comparison. The way everyone takes care of their skin, it's pretty similar in terms of your paint, because you when you wash yourself, you put conditioner in yourself and things like that. Just you put lotion. I don't know why I said conditioner.
Exfoliating. When you're exfoliating your face, you don't want to exfoliate too often.
Yeah,
because it loses the pores of your skin. You don't want to exfoliate the car, which is compared to clay bar. You know, I compare clay bar the car with exfoliation for the face, because you're decontaminating, deep cleaning it.
Yep. Why should you wax your car when a lot of people go without waxing the car for a few years? Because let's say I wash my face pretty often. Andre washes his face never, because he never does. And then I put lotion on mine, and he doesn't. And whose face is gonna look a lot better? Look at me.
But what happened to yours then? What's your excuse?
I'm leaving.
All right. Yeah, I think you should go before it gets late. Let's record another podcast.
I can't. I have.
All right, guys. So those are the myths. Sorry about
all the stupid talk.
But those are the myths of car detailing,
and don't fall into it.
If you guys have like any questions or bring something to us, text us on Instagram, and we'll get it going. See, never taught me English very
teach you
completely.
All right, guys.